Congratulations, Erling. Was it a really tough game?
It was a hard game. You see now I'm tired, but next round it feels very good.
Ja, also es war ein unglaublich schwieriges Spiel und es fühlt sich natürlich wahnsinnig gut an, einfach die nächste Runde erreicht zu haben. Was your first goal, the game changer?
Yeah, we knew that we knew that they were going to come very hard, yeah, when we scored the goal, they needed to have 2 or 3, I don't remember, and then we scored, and 1-0 to half time. That was very good. So a nice goal.
Ja, absolut. Es war ein sehr, sehr schönes Tor und es war in gewisser Form auch das Tor, das alles verändert hat. Ja, und dann gab es ja diese Wahnsinnssituation mit den beiden Elfmetern. It was a very strange situation with the 2 penalties. You missed the first one and did it with the second. Could you describe the situation and the minutes between?
Yeah, it's he was too far outside, and if he stood on the line, I would still score on this one. So and that what happened on the second one. So yeah, first of all, it was a nice goal before, but then it was penalty, and then I missed, and then he cheated. So then I took it again, and then I scored when he didn't cheat. So yeah, it was exactly the same, but then he stood on the line and he didn't stand on the line. So yeah.
Ja, also er hat die Situation nochmal ganz cool geschildert. Also zuerst stand der gegnerische Torhüter dann eben vor der Torlinie, dann stand er auf der Torlinie, dann hat er eben verwandelt. Were you nervous?
To be honest, I was a little bit on the second one.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he was screaming in my face after the first one, I was thinking, oh, it will be the goal, and yeah. That's what happened, so it was nice.
Ja, also er war so ein bisschen nervös vor dem zweiten Elfmeter, aber dann war er so ein bisschen angestachelt, hat es gemacht. What did you say to the goalkeeper?
Oh, I don't want to say. I don't know what it means, but I said what he said after I missed the first one. So I said the same. Maybe it's karma in this world. I think so after this.
Okay, alles klar. Also die beiden sind gleich miteinander. Ist alles in Ordnung. Thank you very much. Zurück zu.
Yes, he was the story once again. Not the only story in that game, though. Haaland, the difference maker, and Dortmund into the quarterfinals for the first time since 2017 in the Champions League. Owen Hargreaves and Peter Crouch with me. Before we pick apart that second half, Peter, we'll go back to the first half, because Sevilla certainly started the better team, putting Dortmund under a lot of pressure. But Haaland just needed one chance.
Yeah, he didn't have a touch, did he, in the box? It was one touch, one goal. It was a great bit of play from Dortmund. As you said, I think Sevilla started the game the better side. They looked on the front foot. But Dortmund ramped up the press. I think it was Delaney who got the press on here. And it was a fantastic pass here from the Huda. It was a beautiful pass into Royce, and then he cuts it back for Haaland. And as you say, it was a great bit of movement from Haaland. I'm not sure where the centre-half's going here.
There's no reason for him to go in there. You see Haaland there, just trying to get an angle. Watch him just stop there. That's brilliant. You know, Diego Carlos on his own because Kunde's vacated. But watch this ball. This is the angle from Dahoud. Watch this ball. Schultz plays into Dahoud.
Beautiful little
That's
pass.
Fabulous.
Through the eye of a needle.
So good.
Sets up the goal, and it was a great bit of movement. Great pick out from Royce. But you know, one touch, one goal.
Great celebration at the end. They're delighted with Royce for that assist. That was his 19th Champions League goal. It all got a bit lively then in the second half, Peter. Let's pick it apart. So Haaland was appealing for a penalty when Jules Koundé was pulling his shirt in the second half. But the ball hadn't gone out of play, so VAR couldn't tell the referee to go and have a look at this initially.
Yeah, listen, it was confusing, wasn't it? Because there was a minute between this and the next incident, but the ball didn't go out of play. It was a penalty, but obviously they can't check it until the passage of play's ended. And then, you know, Haaland's 1v1 in this situation, this was devastating. It really was. Honestly, we were both off our chairs. That, for me, is absolutely bullied Fernando there.
He just pushed him down. Yeah, went straight through Fernando there.
It was similar to the goal in the first leg. You know, he just absolutely bullied him. And then he had the presence of mind after he's bullied him to finish it. And like, we've been denied a great goal there.
Honestly, Lindsay, that goal, I didn't think that was foul, but then the referee goes over to the monitor. Basically, he looks at the foul, which I think he gives...
He decides to rule the goal out.
Gives that, yeah. But then they go back to a minute to this initial foul from Koundé on Haaland, where to the tug of the shirt, and ultimately, in the end, he gives a penalty, and we're nowhere near clearing this up yet because we've still got a lot more to go. But you see the pull from Koundé on Haaland there.
Happy that one is a penalty.
That is a penalty, yeah. I mean, I would have rather the original goal stood because I didn't think that was...
And it was such a special goal.
It was a spectacular goal,
wanted
Lindsay. It really was. It was one of those types of goals that almost defines a player, you know, with his power and his pace, and the dink with his weaker foot there. But Koundé gets wrong side, and I think that's an easy decision.
We had the end result. You know, if we were just given the goal, we'd have just done away with this.
And we could wax lyrical about
We've
that
had
goal.
2 penalties. You know, we've had to look at 2, and it was a goal in the first place. So it did feel quite farcical, but I suppose it was the right result in the end.
Just getting started at 20 years old, that's the scary thing about Haaland, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, you know, we keep banging on about numbers, but the numbers are scary. I mean, it's 20 goals. He's beat Harry Kane's record for, 10 games. At the age of 20, you know, he's knocking over senior international players. He's walking through them like they're not there. He's bagging in every game. It's frightening.
Wasn't straightforward, though, the penalty. He steps up to take the penalty and Bonou makes a brilliant save and then blocks the follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good save. To be fair, the goalkeeper played great. I'm not really a big fan of that, you know, that stutter run-up, Crouchy, but obviously the goalkeeper makes a good save.
2 good saves.
But again, there's still a lot more to come here because you see him just ever so slightly off his line, but they didn't even decide that. You see there, Bonou give a little bit to
all the mind games
there.
Well, that's where the celebration came from. You know, at first I thought Haaland's celebration was a bit naughty, but when you see that, you can understand why he's reacted.
So there's the retake. He goes the same way, which is quite brave.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the started run up again. He didn't change anything. Yeah, as we said, I saw that initially, and I thought, you know, that's wrong. His Sevilla players were chasing after him for his celebration. But when you go back to the original penalty, you could see why, you know...
You can understand why he did it, can you?
Yeah, I don't mind that from a player. You know, there's a bit of fire in him, you know, there's a bit of feist to him. And, yeah, he showed a cool, calm, showed nerves there to take the pen. It was nice to see them kiss and make up afterwards.
At the end there, it was lovely to see that at the end. But you could understand it. Paul, in commentary, initially we thought it was ungentlemanly, shall we say, and then we saw the reaction from the keeper to the original save, and as Peter said, you can see why he was so fired up.
Yeah, it just shows you really need the right pictures, obviously. We only saw what Haaland did, and we all said, no, you shouldn't really do that. But obviously the goalkeeper's was much worse. So you can understand, as a player, if you give it, you got to take it. And the goalkeeper gave it in the wrong moment, and he got his payback.
And that was his 20th Champions League goal as well in 14 games. Harry Kane got to 20 in 24 games. That was the record. He just keeps breaking these records week in, week out.
Yeah, he will, yeah, and he'll continue to do so. The problem is for Dortmund is they're 6th in the league at the moment. You know, if there's no qualification for next year's Champions League, I mean, these records are getting smashed in the Champions League, and he's not going to want a year off.
Where does his future lie, Owen, do you think?
Well, everybody's going to have to get in line. Whoever get the checkbook out, because honestly, he's 20 years level, as Crouchy said, so he makes every team better. You think about Barcelona need a centre forward. Real Madrid could probably do with somebody maybe to replace Benzema. You know, everybody in the Premier League would be desperate to have him. So fabulous player, and he's only going to get better.
The drama, though, Peter, wasn't done there. Sevilla kept pushing, didn't they? Luke de Jong came on and was causing problems straight away.
Yeah, he certainly did cause trouble. I know you're a big fan, being a Newcastle fan.
You have to get that in.
But yeah, he did. Listen, he did cause trouble. You know, there was penalty shouts. I think this one was a penalty. I'm not sure what Ennsery Yassine was doing there. It was a clear penalty, and it was a lovely, well taken penalty.
It was Ennsery with his 18th of the season. Did you think it was a bit soft, or in the penalty there?
No, I think when you push somebody like that, it makes it easy. But Ennsery, to be fair, he showed up. You know, in a couple of crucial moments, he had quite a good game. But towards the end, they started firing loads of crossing. You won't get a better one than this from Rakitic. That is absolutely unbelievable. And there's almost like a Peter Crouch header from Ennsery.
I don't feel I've ever headed it
Not that good.
What a header, honestly.
Everything.
Luke de Jong style, wasn't it?
The ball, the header, everything was good, wasn't it?
It was a beautiful header, absolutely beautiful. And then it set them up for a nervy finish then. You know, they did look nervous towards the end, Dortmund, and you felt that there was another sting in the tail. And
there nearly was as well, because they kept pushing, and Lopetegui really wanted a penalty at the death there. Owen, what did you think of that?
Well, as he would, but to be fair, they had so many chances there. Rakitic, again, puts in a great ball there, and they just got to take a shot. But you see the ball goes wide, and they get across, and it's just it's Mats Hummels. You see it on the other angle on Munir. He just gets his arm across him. See in the middle of the picture there, soft. I think that would be really soft. I think he's looking at the ball. He's not really looking at Munir. You see what Lopetegui thinks, but I think that would have been soft.
Their temper's running high at the end. You could hear it, but I think it would have been harsh to give it.
Well, Dortmund then through to the quarter-finals. The other game has gone to extra time. That's 3-3 at the moment. Juventus 2-1 up on the night against Porto, but in extra time that one. And don't forget, the European action continues tomorrow as well, starting at 12:15. It's the Women's Champions League last 16 between Atletico and Chelsea. The Blues lead 2-0 after the first leg. Then at 7, it's back to the men. Liverpool 2 goals to the good. They're up against Leipzig in the second leg on that one. And from 7:30, you can also see the second leg between PSG and Barcelona. PSG 4-1 up in that one.